You're sitting in class, watching the clock, doing the math in your head about how many shifts you'll have to work at your part-time job just to cover rent, groceries, and maybe have enough left over for a coffee. Meanwhile, your classmate just mentioned they made $3,000 last month doing something online, and you're thinking either they're lying or you're missing something huge. You're tired of being broke as a student. You're tired of choosing between textbooks and food. You're tired of watching other people your age seem to figure out money while you're constantly stressed about your bank account. But here's what nobody tells you. Making real money as a student, like actually hitting $10,000 or more, isn't about working more hours at minimum wage. It's about working smarter, leveraging skills you already have or can learn quickly, and understanding a few key principles about how money actually works in today's economy. What I'm about to share with you isn't some get-rich-quick scheme or pyramid scheme nonsense. These are real, proven strategies that students are using right now to make serious money. And by the end of this video, you're going to have a clear roadmap for how you could do the same. Let's start by getting real about something important. Making $10,000 as a student is absolutely possible, but it's probably not going to happen in 1 month unless you get really lucky. What I'm talking about is building something over a semester or a year that generates that kind of money, and ideally keeps generating it even after you hit that first $10,000. We're not just trying to make money once. We're trying to build skills and income streams that keep paying you. So with that framework in mind, let's talk about the strategies that actually work. The first and most powerful way students are making real money right now is through freelancing high-value skills online. I'm not talking about doing surveys for $2 an hour or some garbage like that. I'm talking about learning a specific skill that businesses need and are willing to pay good money for, and then selling that skill as a service. The beauty of freelancing is that you can start with basically no money. You can do it on your own schedule around classes. And if you're good at what you do, you can charge rates that make your part-time job look like a joke. Think about it this way. If you're working a campus job making $12 an hour and you work 15 hours a week, you're making about $720 a month before taxes. That's fine. But to make $10,000, you'd have to work for almost 14 months. But if you freelance doing something like social media management, graphic design, copywriting, or video editing, and you charge even modest rates, you could hit $10,000 in a few months of focused work. Let me give you a concrete example. Social media management is something almost any student can learn. Businesses, especially small local businesses, need someone to manage their Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok accounts. They need content created, captions written, posts scheduled, and engagement managed. A lot of business owners have no idea how to do this themselves, and they don't have time to learn. If you charge $500 a month per client to manage their social media, and you land 4 clients, that's $2,000 a month. In 5 months, that's $10,000. And here's the thing. Managing social media for small businesses doesn't require a degree or years of experience. It requires you to understand the platforms, which you probably already do better than most business owners, and to be consistent and creative. You can learn the business side of it through free YouTube videos and online resources in a couple of weeks. Or let's talk about copywriting, which is writing sales and marketing content for businesses. Every business needs words. They need website copy, email campaigns, product descriptions, social media captions, blog posts. Good copywriters can charge anywhere from $50 to several $100s per project, depending on what it is. If you write 10 website pages at $100 each, that's $1,000. Do that 10 times over a few months, and you've hit $10,000. The skill of writing persuasively is something you can learn. There are free resources, courses, and books that teach you the formulas and frameworks professional copywriters use. You practice, you build a small portfolio even if you have to do a couple of projects cheap or free to start. And then you start pitching businesses. Graphic design is another huge one. If you learn to use tools like Canva or Adobe Illustrator, you can create logos, social media graphics, flyers, business cards, and branding materials for businesses. A logo design might sell for $200 to $1,000 depending on the client and your skill level. Even on the lower end, if you're doing logos for $300 each, you need about 33 clients to hit $10,000. Spread that over 6 months, and you need about 5 or 6 clients per month. That's totally doable if you're actively marketing yourself and delivering good work that gets referrals. Video editing is exploding right now because everyone wants video content. YouTubers, businesses, course creators, influencers, they all need editors. If you can learn to edit in software like DaVinci Resolve, which is free, or Adobe Premiere, you can charge anywhere from $50 to $500 per video depending on length and complexity. Even at modest rates, editing a few videos a week adds up fast. The key with all of these freelance skills is that you don't need to be the best in the world. You just need to be good enough to solve a problem for someone who's willing to pay for it. And the beautiful part is you can learn any of these skills for free or very cheap using YouTube, free trials of software, and online courses. The investment is your time, not money. Let's talk about where you actually find these clients, because that's the part that trips people up. There are a few approaches that work well. First, freelance platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, and Freelancer let you create a profile and bid on jobs. Yes, there's competition, but if you write good proposals, start with reasonable rates to build reviews, and deliver quality work, you can absolutely build a client base. Second, local businesses are a goldmine that most freelancers ignore. Walk into coffee shops, gyms, restaurants, retail stores in your area, and offer your services.
Nice.
Most of them have terrible or non-existent social media, outdated websites, or no marketing materials. You can literally see the need just by looking. Offer to help them. Show them examples of what you can do, even if it's mock-ups you created, and pitch them on a monthly retainer or project basis. Third, network online. Join Facebook groups for entrepreneurs and small business owners. Participate in discussions. And when appropriate, mention what you do. People hire people they know and trust, even if they only know you from helpful comments in a Facebook group. The second major way students are making $10,000 or more is by creating and selling digital products. This is different from freelancing because instead of trading your time for money directly, you create something once and sell it many times. Digital products can be things like ebooks, online courses, templates, presets, printables, stock photos, or digital art. The math here is really interesting. If you create an ebook about a topic you know well, let's say study techniques for your major, or how to land internships in your field, or budget meal prep for students, and you sell it for $10, you need 1,000 people to buy it to make $10,000. That sounds like a lot, but if you market it well through social media, student forums, and word of mouth over several months, it's very achievable. The beautiful part is that once it's created, every sale is basically passive income. You make it once, and it can keep selling. Online courses are even more powerful. If you're good at something, literally anything, people will pay to learn it from you. How to ace a certain class, how to use specific software, how to cook on a budget, how to build a PC, how to start freelancing in your skill. The possibilities are endless. You can host courses on platforms like Teachable, Udemy, or Gumroad. If you create a course and sell it for $50, you need 200 students to hit 10,000. That might take time to build up, but once you have the course created and you're marketing it consistently, it becomes a revenue stream that works even while you're sleeping or in class. Printables are another underrated digital product. It's things like planners, budget templates, study schedules, workout trackers, wall art, stickers for digital planning apps. You create these once in Canva or similar tools and sell them on Etsy or your own website for a few dollars each. The margins are incredible because there's no production cost. It's pure profit after the platform takes their small cut. To make $10,000 selling $5 printables, you need 2,000 sales. That sounds like a lot, but successful. Etsy shops in the printables niche do this over months by creating multiple products and optimizing for search within Etsy. The third way students are making serious money, and this one requires a bit more initial effort but can be huge, is by flipping things for profit. This is buying items for cheap and reselling them for more. The classic version is thrift store flipping. You go to thrift stores, garage sales, or estate sales, find items that are underpriced, and resell them on eBay, Facebook Marketplace, or Poshmark for their actual market value. Students have made thousands doing this with clothing, especially vintage or name brand items, electronics, furniture, books, collectibles, and more. Let's say you find a designer jacket at a thrift store for $15 that sells on eBay for $80. After fees and shipping, you make maybe $50 profit. Do that 200 times, and you've made $10,000. Obviously, it's not always that clean, but the principle works. Some students make this into a real business, spending weekends sourcing inventory and evenings listing items online. There's also online arbitrage, which is buying things online at one price and reselling them at a higher price on a different platform. For example, buying clearance items on Walmart's website and reselling them on Amazon for full price, or finding deals on liquidation sites and flipping them locally. This requires some capital to start because you have to buy inventory. You can start small, reinvest your profits, and scale up. Another flipping model that's trending is domain flipping and digital asset flipping. Buying website domains for $10 or $20 and selling them to businesses who want that specific domain for hundreds or thousands. Or buying social media accounts or YouTube channels with existing audiences and reselling them. These are more advanced and riskier, but students who understand digital trends have made money in these spaces. Now here's where we tie this back to investing, because this is an investing channel after all. Once you start making real money as a student using these methods, the smartest thing you can do is not blow it all. I know the temptation when you make your first couple $1,000s is to finally buy all the stuff you've been wanting. And look, treating yourself a little is fine. You earned it. But here's the move that separates people who make money once from people who build actual wealth. Take a significant portion of what you earn and invest it. If you make $10,000 as a student through freelancing, digital products, or flipping, and you invest even half of that, $5,000, into a low-cost index fund and let it grow for the decades you have until retirement, that money will compound into something enormous. Let's do the math. $5,000 invested at age 20 in an index fund that averages 8% returns annually will grow to about $150,000 by the time you're 60. That's from one hustle period during your college years. If you build these money-making skills and keep doing them, even part-time after graduation, investing a portion every year, you're setting yourself up for real financial freedom. Students who figure this out early, who learn to earn money through skills and then invest that money, end up so far ahead of their peers who just work normal jobs and spend everything they make. I also want to talk about the mindset piece of this because it matters. A lot of students have been taught that they're supposed to be poor during college, that struggling financially is just part of the experience. That's garbage. You don't have to accept being broke. Yes, college is challenging and time-consuming, but there are pockets of time that you're probably wasting right now that could be redirected into making money. The hours you spend scrolling social media could be spent learning a freelance skill. The weekend you spend binge-watching shows could be spent sourcing inventory to flip or creating a digital product. I'm not saying don't enjoy your college experience or have fun. I'm saying be intentional with your time. A few hours a day directed toward building an income stream can literally change your financial situation within months. The other mindset shift is understanding that you have valuable skills and knowledge, even as a student. You might think you have nothing to offer, but that's not true. You know how to use technology and social media better than most older business owners. You understand current trends. You can learn new software quickly. You have energy and time that many working adults don't have. You're living in the best era in human history to monetize skills because the internet gives you access to global markets. A student in a small town can freelance for clients anywhere in the world. You can sell digital products to people you'll never meet. The barriers that existed for previous generations are gone. Let me give you a real-world example of how this can play out. Let's say you're a college sophomore and you decide to learn social media management. You spend 2 weeks watching YouTube tutorials and learning the basics. You create mock-ups of social media content for fake businesses just to practice. Then you walk into 5 local businesses and offer to run their Instagram for $300 a month. 2 of them say yes. You now have $600 a month coming in. You do good work. They refer you to other businesses. Within 3 months, you have 5 clients at $300 each. That's $1,500 a month. In a year of doing this, you've made $18,000. You invest half of it, $9,000, into index funds. You use some of the rest to upgrade your equipment. Maybe take a real course to get even better. And you enjoy some of it. By the time you graduate, you have a legitimate business, a portfolio of work, testimonials from happy clients, money invested that's growing, and skills that will keep making you money after college. Compare that to working a campus job for $12 an hour. There's no comparison. Before I wrap up, I need to give you the standard disclaimer. Everything I've talked about in this video is for educational purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor, and this isn't personal financial advice. Results vary, and there's no guarantee you'll make $10,000 or any specific amount. What you make depends on your effort, skills, market conditions, and a bunch of other factors. Do your own research and understand the risks involved in any business or investment decision. So here's what I want you to take away from this. Making $10,000 as a student is absolutely possible, but it requires you to think differently than most students. It requires learning valuable skills, offering services or products that people want to pay for, and being willing to put in focused effort. Whether it's freelancing, creating digital products, flipping items, or a combination of these, there are proven paths. And once you start making that money, investing a portion of it is how you turn short-term hustle into long-term wealth. You're in a unique position as a student. You have time, energy, and the ability to learn quickly. Use those advantages. Don't accept being broke just because you're in college. Build something. If this video opened your eyes to what's actually possible for you as a student and gave you some real strategies you can start implementing, do me a favor and hit the like button. It genuinely helps more students find this content. And if you want to keep building these skills and learning about money, investing, and creating real financial freedom, subscribe so you don't miss the next video. Coming up, I'm breaking down exactly how to invest your first $1,000 as a college student, step by step, including the tax advantages you need to know about. You're going to want to see that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.